One Aramaic syllable dissolved my debt in 40 days. The Kabbalists have known why for centuries. And today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I am Rabbi Shimon. I am 83 years old. And what I'm about to teach you is going to upset every financial guru who's been selling you courses on manifestation. Because this is not about vision boards. This is not about affirmations. This is about an ancient syllable that, when spoken correctly, reorganizes the energetic structure of your finances in 40 days or less. If you're drowning in debt right now, if you wake up every morning with that crushing weight on your chest, wondering how you're going to make it through another month, hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel, because the next 40 days of your life are going to look very different than the last 40 days. And when we're done today, I want you to go to the comments and write these 2 words. Debt dissolves. Just those 2 words. Because when you write that, you're activating something in the spiritual realm. You're making a declaration that the universe must respond to. Write it now if you already feel the shift beginning. Debt dissolves. Let me tell you what's been happening to you. Every month the bills come: credit cards, medical bills, mortgage, car payment, student loans that should have been paid off a decade ago. And every month you scramble. You rob Peter to pay Paul. You make minimum payments and watch the interest pile up. And you've been doing this for so long that you can't even remember what financial peace feels like. You've tried everything. You've cut expenses. You've worked extra hours. You've sold things. You've borrowed from family. You've prayed, you've tithed, you've given what you couldn't afford to give, hoping God would open the windows of heaven, and still the debt stays. It grows, it multiplies like a living thing, and late at night, when everyone else is asleep, you lie there calculating numbers that never add up, wondering if you'll ever be free. Here's what nobody told you. Debt is not just a financial problem. Debt is an energetic structure. It's a frequency pattern that wraps itself around your life like chains. And you cannot break those chains with money alone. You have to break them at the frequency level. You have to speak the word that dissolves the energetic pattern of debt itself. The Kabbalists understood this. They didn't see money as just paper and metal. They saw it as energy, as flow, as a river that either moves toward you or away from you based on your vibrational frequency. And they discovered that there is one syllable, one single sound that shifts your frequency from lack to abundance, from debt to freedom, from contraction to expansion. You've been fighting debt with the wrong weapons. You've been trying to solve an energetic problem with a physical solution. It's like trying to heal a broken bone by painting over the bruise. You're treating the symptom, not the cause. And that's why you've been stuck in the same cycle for years. Let me tell you what's really been happening. Every time you look at your bank statement and feel that fear in your gut, you're feeding the debt frequency. Every time you open a bill and feel your chest tighten, you're strengthening the energetic pattern. Every time you say, "I can't afford it," you're speaking that reality into existence. You've been creating the very thing you're trying to escape. And here's the part that's going to make you angry. The solution has been sitting in the Aramaic language for 2,000 years. The language Jesus spoke, the language of the Talmud, the language the ancient mystics used to perform miracles. And it's been hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to show you how to use it. You know what breaks my heart? I think about all the people who worked themselves to death trying to get out of debt, who sacrificed everything, who never took a vacation, never bought anything for themselves, never experienced joy because they were drowning. And they died still in debt, not because there was no way out, but because nobody taught them the ancient technology that dissolves debt at the energetic level. That ends today. Now let me take you back to a moment in Scripture that most people completely misunderstand. Jesus is teaching his disciples to pray, the Lord's Prayer, and there's a line in there that everyone gets wrong. He says, "Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors." In Aramaic, the language Jesus actually spoke, the word is choba. And choba doesn't just mean debts in the financial sense. It means obligations, weights, burdens, energetic entanglements. When Jesus said this prayer, he was teaching his disciples how to break free from every form of bondage, physical, spiritual, financial, emotional, all of it. But here's the key. The word he uses for forgive is shbak. In Aramaic, shbak means to release, to let go, to untie, to dissolve. It's not about someone deciding to forgive you out of mercy. It's about the energetic cords being severed, the chains being broken, the pattern being dissolved, and the way you activate shbak is by speaking it, not thinking it, not wishing it, speaking it. Your voice creates vibration. Vibration creates frequency. Frequency reorganizes matter, including the matter we call money. Let me show you the pattern in Scripture. The year of Jubilee. Every 50 years, all debts were canceled, all slaves were freed, all land was returned to its original owners. Why? Because the ancient Israelites understood that debt accumulates not just in ledgers, but in the energetic field of a nation. And if you don't clear it regularly, it creates a frequency pattern that eventually destroys everything. So every 50 years, they performed a massive energetic reset. And the way they did it? They blew a ram's horn, a shofar, and they declared the release. They spoke it into existence. The sound of the shofar, combined with the declaration of freedom, created a frequency wave that dissolved every debt contract in the entire nation. Not gradually, instantly. Elisha and the widow's oil. A woman comes to him desperate. Her husband died. She has massive debt. The creditors are coming to take her sons as slaves. Elisha doesn't give her money. He tells her to gather empty jars and pour the little bit of oil she has. She does. The oil multiplies. It fills every jar. She sells the oil, pays her debt, and has money left over. This wasn't a random miracle. Elisha knew the spiritual technology. He knew that debt is an energetic contraction and abundance is an energetic expansion. He shifted her frequency, and her physical circumstances had no choice but to follow. Nehemiah rebuilding Jerusalem. The people are in debt to Persian rulers. They're paying heavy interest. They're losing their land. Nehemiah calls an assembly and declares a debt cancellation. And here's the key. He makes them speak it. He makes them say out loud, "We release every debt. We return every pledge. We restore what was taken." They speak it, and immediately the energetic pattern shifts. Within weeks, the economic situation of the entire city transforms. This is the pattern. Debt is not defeated with money. Debt is defeated with sound, with frequency, with the spoken word that carries the vibration of release. Now let me tell you about 3 people who used this Aramaic syllable in the last year. Real people, real debt, real results. A woman named Sarah in Detroit. She is 66 years old. She has $47,000 in credit card debt. She's been making minimum payments for 12 years. The balance never goes down. She's drowning. I teach her the Aramaic syllable. She speaks it every morning and every evening for 40 days. On day 23, she receives a letter from one of her credit card companies. They're offering her a settlement. She can pay 30% and they'll forgive the rest. She pays it. Within 40 days, 2 more companies offer settlements. By day 60, she's paid off $32,000 of debt for less than $10,000. She calls me weeping. She says, "Rabbi, I felt something break on day 18. I felt the chains fall off." A man named David in Phoenix. He is 70 years old. His house is in foreclosure. He's 3 months behind on payments. He's about to lose everything. I teach him the syllable. For 40 days, he speaks it faithfully. On day 31, he receives a phone call from a distant relative he hasn't heard from in 15 years. The relative says, "I had a dream about you. I feel like I'm supposed to help you." The relative sends him a check for $28,000, enough to catch up on the mortgage and have 6 months of cushion. David tells me, "I stopped begging God to send money. I started speaking the frequency of release, and release found me." A woman named Ruth in Atlanta. She is 59 years old. She has medical debt from her husband's cancer treatment 3 years ago, $112,000. It's ruining her credit. It's destroying her peace. I teach her the Aramaic syllable. She speaks it every day for 40 days. On day 37, the hospital calls her. They're reviewing old accounts. They found that her husband's insurance should have covered more than it did. They're reprocessing the claims. Within 90 days, the debt is reduced to $14,000. The hospital sets up a payment plan she can actually afford. Ruth tells me, the debt didn't disappear all at once, but the energetic stranglehold broke. I could breathe again. Let me tell you about one more. A man named Joseph in Chicago. He is 68 years old. He co-signed a loan for his son 10 years ago. The son defaulted. Joseph is stuck with $36,000 of debt that isn't even his. He's furious. He's bitter. He's given up hope. I teach him the syllable, but I also teach him something else. I teach him that holding on to the anger is what's keeping the debt locked in place. He has to release his son energetically before the debt can be released financially. He does the work. He speaks the syllable. He forgives his son. Within 40 days, the collection agency calls him. They're willing to settle for $12,000. Joseph has a retirement account he can borrow against. He pays it. The debt is gone. He tells me, I thought forgiveness was about being nice. I didn't know forgiveness was the key to my financial freedom. This is not coincidence. This is the Aramaic syllable working exactly as the Kabbalists knew it would. Now I'm going to teach you the exact syllable and how to use it. Write this down. This is worth more than any financial advice you've ever received. The syllable, it's shbak, pronounced shbak. The sh sound is like the beginning of shalom. The bak rhymes with lock. This syllable means to release, to untie, to let go, to dissolve. It's the sound of freedom. Step 1. For the next 40 days, you're going to speak this syllable out loud twice a day, morning and evening, no exceptions, no skipping. 40 days is the biblical time frame for transformation. Moses was on the mountain for 40 days. The flood lasted 40 days. Jesus fasted for 40 days. 40 days rewires your nervous system and establishes a new frequency pattern. Step 2. Gather every piece of paper that represents your debt. Credit card statements, medical bills, loan documents, mortgage statements, everything. Put them in a pile in front of you. You're not going to burn them or destroy them. You're going to speak over them. Step 3. Sit down in front of the pile. Place your right hand on top of the papers. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Breathe out for 6 counts. This calms your nervous system and opens you to receive. Step 4. Open your eyes. Look at the pile of debt and speak these words out loud. I declare shbak over every debt. I release it. I let it go. I dissolve the energetic pattern that created it. I am free. Then say the syllable 7 times. Shbak, 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 shbak. 7 is the number of completion. 7 times locks in the frequency. Step 5. After you say it 7 times, sit in silence for 2 minutes. Keep your hand on the papers. Feel the energy shifting. You might feel heat in your hand. You might feel tingling. You might feel nothing. It doesn't matter. The frequency is working whether you feel it or not. Step 6. Stand up. Take the papers and put them away. Don't look at them again until tomorrow. Don't obsess over them. Don't calculate. Don't worry. You've done your work for the day. Now let the syllable do its work in the spiritual realm. Step 7. In the evening, repeat the process. Hand on the papers. 3 deep breaths, declaration. 7 repetitions of shbak. 2 minutes of silence, then release it. Step 8. Throughout the day, whenever fear about money rises, whenever you feel that tightness in your chest, speak the syllable. Just once. Out loud if you can. In your mind if you can't. Shbak. It resets your frequency immediately. Now let me tell you what to expect over the 40 days. This is critical because the debt won't disappear all at once. It dissolves in stages. Days 1 to 10. You're breaking the energetic pattern. You won't see changes in your bank account yet, but you'll feel different. The constant anxiety will ease. The obsessive thoughts about money will quiet down. You'll sleep better. This is the frequency of release beginning to take hold. Days 11-20. Small shifts will start appearing. You might receive a refund you forgot about, a rebate check. A friend might repay an old debt. These aren't the big breakthrough yet. These are heaven's way of saying, I hear you. Keep going. Days 21-30. Larger movements will begin. A settlement offer, a payment plan that actually works, an unexpected source of income, a raise, a bonus, a gift. The universe is reorganizing itself around your new frequency. Days 31-40. The major breakthrough will come. The thing you've been hoping for will manifest. Maybe not in the exact form you expected, but in the form that's actually best for you. A debt will be forgiven. A door will open. A solution you never considered will present itself. After 40 days, continue speaking Shbak once a day for maintenance. Once you've established the frequency of freedom, you need to maintain it. Don't slip back into the old patterns of fear and contraction. Some of you are thinking, Rabbi, I have so much debt. Can one syllable really dissolve all of it? The syllable doesn't dissolve the debt directly. The syllable dissolves the energetic pattern that created the debt and keeps it locked in place. Once that pattern breaks, solutions appear, resources show up, doors open. The debt itself may still require action on your part, but the action becomes possible instead of impossible. Others are thinking, what if I've already tried everything and nothing worked? Because you were trying to solve an energetic problem with physical solutions. You were trying to fill a hole that was being dug faster than you could fill it. Now you're stopping the digging. You're breaking the pattern at the source. And some of you are thinking, this sounds too simple. How can one syllable have this much power? Because syllables are not just sounds. Syllables are frequencies. And the right frequency, spoken with intention and consistency, can reorganize matter. This is not mysticism. This is quantum physics. This is how the universe actually works. Let me bring this home. You have been carrying debt like a backpack full of stones. Every month someone adds another stone, and you've been trying to get strong enough to carry it. But today, I'm teaching you to put the backpack down, to speak the word that unties the straps and lets it fall to the ground. This is not about getting rich. This is about getting free. Free from the anxiety, free from the shame, free from the constant calculation, free from the weight that's been crushing you for years. The Kabbalists knew this. They knew that the Aramaic language carried frequencies that could shift reality. They knew that certain syllables, when spoken correctly, could break chains that no amount of human effort could break. And they used this technology to create miracles. Now it's your turn. So here's what I need you to do, right now. Go to the comments and write, "Debt dissolves." Those 2 words. That's your declaration. That's you stepping into the 40-day journey. That's you claiming the freedom that's already yours. Write it now. And if this teaching has awakened something inside you, if you feel that fire in your chest, that knowing that this is your moment, hit that subscribe button. Share this video. Because what I'm releasing every week is not just information, it's transformation. Ancient keys that unlock modern freedom. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Let me close with a blessing. May the source of all abundance release you from every chain. May the syllable Shbak dissolve every energetic pattern of lack. May your finances align with your faith. May provision flow to you from expected and unexpected sources. May you know, deep in your bones, that you are not a slave to debt. You are a child of freedom, and freedom is your birthright.